every single time when I ask my students to stop at the top of their backswing where they feel like they are stopping. And I stand in front and I hold an alignment stick right at that point and I say, right, now hit a shot, and they hit a ball. They always clatter into that alignment stick.
Start playing golf better than you imagined. Baker Golf.
We say in golf that feel isn't real, and that's a big part of it there. Okay, we feel like we're stopping, but we add too much momentum because we're swinging back too fast. We're overturning our hips and our shoulders. So a lot of reasons why we do get a little bit long in the backswing. We could be getting the right elbow flying high, getting across the line. We could be getting too cupped in this left wrist. There are a lot of reasons why we do get long in the backswing. So how do we find the perfect backswing position in terms of length of backswing? If you look at top players, you see them at the top of their backswing. They are 90 degrees in the shoulders, 45 degrees in the hips, more or less. All right. So shouldn't that mean that we want to be, when we're sort of halfway back here, we want to be 45 in the shoulders and 22.5 degrees in the hips here? But what happens is, when we want to get a big backswing, we want to get a lot more power into it, we actually start to rotate our bodies too soon. So we end up getting way more than the 22.5 degrees and the 45 degrees in that halfway back position. And then, of course, way more at the top of the backswing. Okay, so if you have a look down the line like that, and I go into this position here where I'm standing upright and I'm looking straight ahead, and then I keep my hands are sort of in line with my nose there and my eyes, and I turn 90 degrees looking at the camera there. Now I get into my tilt where I'm looking at the ball. I'm in a perfect backswing position. So I've turned my shoulders 90 degrees, hips 45 degrees, and I tilt. This is where I want to be. So that's a really good way for you to feel. Once your shoulders have turned, your backswing is finished. In other words, start bringing the arms and the hands down. If you turn 90 degrees and you continue with the arms and the hands and you collapse, there's also that overswing. Now it's hard work for you to bring the club back down to hit the ball. So we also need good width here. All right, we don't want this collapse. So I need you to feel this. I need you to feel that, where you're extending the hands out and away from you. Left arm doesn't have to be dead straight. It can be slightly flexed. But I do want to see some daylight between the right elbow and your rib cage. So your trail elbow and then the right side of your rib cage, the trail side of your rib cage. Because when you collapse, you've lost that daylight, you've lost that width. So get to the top of your backswing, feel your shoulders have turned 90 degrees, and just push this out. Get this feeling that you are pushing the shaft away from you. So you're feeling a pressure. So that pressure is going away from the target. When you collapse, the pressure is dropping towards the target. We want to get that pressure away from the target there. As soon as that pressure drops this way, there's an overswing. So shoulders have turned 90 degrees, hips 45, and then from here, we're pushing the hands a little more out there. All right, so we get width. When you got width, very little chance of overswinging. Now, we also want space. We definitely want space between the right elbow and the rib cage. But we also want to feel the right forearm, kind of, if I draw a line through there, is pointing more down to the ground. Think about the weight holding the tray, the old story of the weight holding the tray. Because if you go this way here, everything is going to fall off the tray. You'll make a terrible waiter. They'll make you the barman instead. So let's get you more in this position here, because there's the perfect length of backswing. Then, what's also important is that when you're feeling like you're holding that tray there, that you feel a little bit more flatter in that left wrist. Alright, can be slightly bowed, that's fine, but when you start going cupped, that's when the club starts to drop, sort of wraps around your head, in other words there. Alright, then that's hard work to get the lead wrist to bow on the way down. to kind of flex on the way down, flatten out on the way down. So work on getting a little bit more of a flat left wrist at the top. That's going to make it a lot easier for you as well to shorten up that backswing. All right, a cupped lead wrist tends to get that overswing. So how you can practice this is, I want the back of my left hand looking at the camera. If you someone standing in front of you, think of your caddy standing in front of you, or your coach standing in front of you. You want the back of the left hand looking at them, and then from there it just works its way up. So it's almost like a thumbs up into that position. Okay, I'm not manipulating it into a cup position. All right, and it's not necessary to manipulate it into a bowed position just yet. That can happen on the way down in your downswing. Let's just have a look at it from that side. So from there, I've got the back of the left hand, the lead hand, looking straight in front, and then from there it's just working upwards. I don't want to get cupped, and like I say, it's not necessary to get bowed. That can start happening on the downswing. So again, there's another way that we avoid the overswing. Just to break it down simply, all right, we don't want to rush it. Okay, we don't want to rush it in the sense where the body starts to turn and rotate too soon, over rotates. That just causes an overswing. We just want to feel the 90 degrees in the shoulders, 45 degrees in the hips. Halfway back reference point, okay, is to feel the 22.5 in the hips, the 45 degrees in the shoulders, about there, and then turn. We want to feel that width. So in other words, we want to feel from here, the pressure is going away from the target. We're pushing away from the target. All right. We don't want it to collapse there towards the target. All right. That's going to cause an overswing. Okay. And then finally, feel the flat left wrist. Don't want to get cupped, because then you're wrapping the club around your head. It's going overswing. It gets loose. All right. We want to firm it up. We want to feel the torque. All right. And not in a bad way. There's resistance there, but it's a good resistance. Okay. It's that unwinding that creates power. But when you don't have that resistance, you're not going to have the power that you're looking for. I'm Owen, and I want you to start playing golf better than you imagined. If you know this video is going to help you, then please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future instruction or tips. Thank you for watching.